love bugs, this is Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed, and I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, as always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, drop a line. I would love a chance to hear from you as much as you're, you've been watching my videos, so I would love to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. And if you feel like the videos just give you a good vibe and an uplift, please go ahead and give a thumbs up and share. It'll be greatly appreciated. And sending so much love, light towards you that whatever you're needing to, continue on your purpose, you may be going through different upheavals or challenges, or, things may seem chaotic or confusing, but I'm still sending that beautiful energy out for you to continue no matter what's taking place. Different things are unfolding in a way we may not understand, but hey, it is what it is. But you're getting through it, is really showing you who you truly are to the core. So I'm sending whatever it is, calmness, stillness, elevation, whatever, protection, strength, health, health and speedy recovery, whatever you're going through, because we may be going through different spiritual flus and ascension flus and stuff like that. So that can really put some changes on you. Then a little damper on the person. But I'm sending that towards your way. But anybody who's coming in with negative vibes and nefarious vibes, whatever you're trying to do, because I'll be feeling your energy before you get here, my man, my chick, whatever. But I'm sending healing vibes towards you because y'all be doing way too much. So whatever you're trying to do, just I keep saying it over and over again, and I don't know if I have to be able to speak this in a different language for y'all to understand. Everything is divinely protected, highly loved, and strongly guided. So whatever you're trying to do is going to be back towards you 20 million times fold. And the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101, Heyokas, the fire ritual, slaying the dragon that got consumed by the fire. It's game time. You're seeing clearly. Different time. I know I can't remember. I said that in a video. I can't remember which one it was recently. But I said you can't slay the dragon unless you're being consumed by the fire. A lot of times we got to go through a lot of different circumstances, situations that it seems crazy. You be ready to end it all. Like, man, look, I ain't got time for this. What's going on. I'm tired. I'm going through different things. I feel depleted, defeated, doomed and gloomed, broke, busted, and disgusted. But these are the different things where you took a major shift, and it may be feeling like you're seeing a whole new different you, and it's showing you where you may have wanted to give up. But these are the different things. It's like you have so much stuff to prove. When I see that, when I'm saying this, it makes me remind me of Heath Ledger, God rest your soul, where I have a post where it says, you be ready to give up, but you got to prove a lot of motherfuckers wrong. You be ready to do that. But this ain't even about, your enemies. These aren't about your karmics, but these are about mostly proving to yourself. You ain't got nothing to prove to nobody, but just proving to yourself you have what it takes to overcome whatever you're facing. We always constantly go through stuff, and it's just like, why does it always have to be so hard? Why is it at times where I'm pushing out so much good, I get so much bad? Because you are good. Do you know the power that you hold when you're on the good team? It'll be just like the devil, like, I need that type of motivation on my team. We got hell and chaos to be able to push down. And you know what? You look like you be fighting the tires and, writing the wires, whatever. It'll be different stuff like that that's taking place where he does not want good to come out of it, even when they see that. There's a lot of times when you got to understand you are a triple threat. You are a triple threat, because a lot of times when you got so many people paying attention to you, like they know when the next time you're going to have a bowel movement, that's how much they watching your ass. It'll be those different things where they really see the depths of how you can manifest blessings, how you are what is it? Not musician, but magician. How you can just, it don't take much for you. When you really say you're dedicated towards yourself, they see what you're about to put in. So that'll be different things where you're coming in and you don't realize they're a part of that. And there's a lot of times where I tell people, when you are going through, it's like when I'm hearing segment and summit. you know, there's different summits that, you know, the different tribes have. You know, I ain't going into that because, you know, that's kind of sacred. But it'll be different things where, you know, you're going through different changes, and you notice different changes that are taking place. And you know, I notice, I don't know about you, but I know about me, when I go through different changes and stuff like that, I see different, whether it's an image or, you know, or it'll be something that pops up on my computer of a different screenshot I have of different fire rituals. Like, oh my God, I can't remember that guy's name. I think it was Mitchell. I can't remember, where I see him at Burning Man, and all of a sudden it was crazy. Why I was like, dang, did I just see a fire ritual? You know, like it'll be a snippet of that, and next thing you know, on my wallpaper, when I was charging my computer, I end up seeing him come in, and you know, I can't remember. I think it's Michael or Mitchell. I cannot. Oh God, I'm sorry, but he was like one of my guys for a quick minute. And this is the guy. If anybody ever heard of the Burning Man in it's like the effigy Burning Man in Nevada that they have every year, and he was that one that jumped into it. And then next, you know, I had a picture of him, and it looked very poetic to me, even though that into a demise of his. And it was just like, you know, people thought he, you know, ended himself, you know, unalived himself, but it was something like, it was a turn of event where that was his ascension. You know, and people are like, well, you know, he didn't have any kind of drugs or anything in his system. They don't understand. He was never that type of person. He loved life. And it was just like, there was he had an epiphany, you know, and it was just like, that's what happened when it came to him. And it was just like, you know, when I seen it, it was very sad. But then it was just like very powerful at the same time, because he took that choice, even though I'm just like, man, whew. You know, you see different things like that over the world. I've seen different monks that decided to do that, and I don't know how. I burnt both of my hands up. They exploded one time where I had butane on my hands, and my hands exploded. And I don't even know how you sat still, because I know I was running around. I looked like old dude from Shawshank Redemption when Homeboy was on that movie. I forgot what's the worst that can happen. Anybody ever see that movie? That mess had me dying when Homeboy was like, he lit his damn feet on fire, and he was just doing the river dance and stuff like that. That's how I was with my daggone hands. And I don't even know how they did it. But it was just like, you know, going through those different things. It was just like I had a different flash. I think it was about, you know, Michael, God rest his soul. I think that was his name. But, you know, different stuff like that, where you are going through a fire ritual and you will see these different things. So, you know, some people, you know, we exchange different, you know, insight that we got when we went through it. You know, you see different things where you see different chiefs come up and different warriors that stand for different things, you know, come up with different headdress, different, you know, war paint and stuff like that. They're coming and put the paint on you, or, you know, they'll have you in front of the, you know, the fire, and then it's just like, it'll be like you go into a trance a little bit. And when you go into a trance, you know, you may, you know, it'll be, you open your hands, and I've seen it. The mess was wild to me, and I wasn't on no kind of hallucinants or nothing like that, smoking no herbs or nothing like that. But it was just like, I'm seeing them open their hands, and it was just like they were going through some kind of a crazy ascension, to where you see like the wolf coming out. Like it'll be just like the wolf, a spirit of a wolf coming out of them, just looking like, what the fuck? You know, I'm looking at them like, man, look, let me wake up, because we having some crazy weird dreams. But it'll be different times, or you'll see somebody talking in a native tongue, and then you'll see the wolf come out, or they'll transfer into it. You know, it'll be different stuff like that where it's taking place. And I'm not talking about skinwalkers and stuff like that, you know, but it'll be different ones where your spirit totem will come out. And these are the different things that's coming in, where, you know, I feel like somebody's heart chakra is opening, because I feel mine is when I'm talking about this stuff, it feels like my heart's cracking. But going through those different things where you're seeing a lot of the different things that you went through, and you understanding now, why did I have to go through these setbacks? Why did I have to go through the problems with different people that I loved and supported? You know, why did I have to be left alone? Why did I lose my job? Why did I become homeless? It's like, like all these different things are coming in where they're showing you warriors make ultimate sacrifice to create a new stomping ground. You're imprinting on some kind of way, and for you to be able to do that, you had to be able to slay that dragon. The dragon is something that, I mean, shoot, we see a dragon, I promise you I'll probably fall out and die. I'm like, let me just die for a little bit. You know, this ain't Braveheart, this is not Sean Connery, you know, this is like Godzilla. Like Godzilla, you know, different thing. Like, oh, I'm just gonna pass out. I'm like, let me just die for a little while. You know, but it'll be those different things like, nah, warrior. No, warrior chief, you got to be able to do this. Long live the chief, you know, you know, I mean, one of those that long live the chief. But it'll be those different things that are taking place where you're understanding the depths of your conviction, you're understanding the depths of your situations, your circumstances that really took place into your life, that changed you in the best way. But it just took the worst moments for that to be able to bring out something beautiful inside of you. You're going through ultimate ascension, and when you're going through that, you're slaying that, whatever that dragon is, whatever that fear is, the fear to overcome, the fear of faith, fear of belief, the self-confidence, the self-love, the lack of feeling like you're you know, that poverty mindset of what you don't have. And these are the different things that are taking place that are going to be, you know, you're going to start seeing the blessings out of what it is. You know how they say a lot of times you have to be able to see the silver lining and the different circumstances that you're setting in. You may have lost your job. You may have been that person where you were never being seen. You were always taken for granted by that. And then the next thing you know, you got an idea into your mind. And this is something that you've been had. This is like a want. This is a desire. You know, if you have the money and you have the game plan and you got the resources to be able to do it, you know, maybe it was just that time for you to branch off on your own. Like, this is something you ain't supposed to work up under nobody. You ain't supposed to be punching in no time clock or nothing like this. This is something that you're going to create. This is going to be your baby. And for you to be able to acknowledge your worth, your talent and stuff like that, people want to take you for granted, and then they felt like they done got enough from you. You know, I've been at a job like that where they felt like they got enough from you, so they want to let you go. Oh, we got our programs, we got them to fix out all this and this and that. What we need it for? This is extra money can go in our pocket. Next thing you know, something fall through, and the Mr. or Mrs. Reliable is no longer there. You fired them. And next thing you know, you calling people in that are not being able to put in work like that person is when they dropped you. You know, you could be that type of person. And then when they look to go look for you back, oh no, boo, I'm good. I got my own company. You know, and I'm doing very well. I got people, and then there'll be just different times where you're seeing how maybe that boss was just an a-hole. Always took his employees for granted. Didn't give them time off. You're always trying to work them to the bone. You know, just being depleted and tired. People, you know, and always want to be incompetent. Like, well, dang, how you expect them to be running on fumes right now? You expect them to be able to do that. You working them around the clock. You ain't giving them extra pay. You ain't giving them time and a half. You know, you ain't giving them, different times where I know I've been at jobs where we worked extended hours like that. Next thing you know, we had 2 days off. Like, you really put in some work. Like, this is how you reward your employees. This is how you don't look at them as slaves. You look at them as part of your family. If you know you respect somebody and you do different things like that, people are going to want to work with you. But if you going through different stuff like that, you had to learn. You know, and it could be a really bad setback for you. But then it's like they say, change the dynamic. Look at this situation. This is going to give you an opportunity to work on your own. Create what you have been born to create. This ain't something that you need to be working under somebody for. This is the person where you going to be the CEO. You know, the VIP. You know, the vice president or whatever. You know, I'm going to say the CEO. I'm going to say vice president because that means you're still working up under somebody. But you're the CEO of this whole empire. But you had to go through these different situations and seeing how that a-hole of a boss treated people. You see how he made you feel small. He made you feel like, oh, he promised you stuff. And then when it came to him holding up his promise, oh, he fell back. He couldn't do it. Or he can't afford to give you that extra pay, but he had no problem with working you like that. It'll be different things like that. So you knew how that made you feel. And this was at that time you had to go through that experience. So, you know, when you started your stuff, you already knew exactly what not to do just by looking at what this fool done did to y'all. And next thing you know, you end up being the next, big corporation that so many people want to work with. This is reliable. They got a good team. You know, they all work as family. They don't work as like boss and employees and interns and stuff like that. They all work in family. And they really get stuff done. And when they do it with their depth of their chest. They put power into it. And so when you do that, they don't just, this whole corporation fell down. And you about to start up a new one. And if it wasn't for you being able to be taken for granted and you faced that dragon, you slayed it, because it took for you to get that fire up under your arse, for you to get fired, you know, and for you to be able to go through that. So you're grateful that they fired you and did that. Or you may be having different people that, you know, where your friends don't left you, or you were that supportive person and just like people just didn't even see you like they used to when you would decide to change how you did things. You may have gone through a spiritual awakening where, you know, the shallowness just wasn't in your zen no more. You want to have an, you know, intellectual conversation. You want to actually do things that put meaning to it. You wanted to start a foundation. You wanted to do things where it was going to bring, you know, happiness and completeness into the life. And they're just looking at you like, what the heck's wrong with him? What's wrong with her? Is she okay? You know, be different stuff like that. And it'll be, instead of them really trying to open up and see where you're coming from, they just misunderstood you and thought something was like wrong with you as soon as I said that 333. You know, you're going through different things like that where you're becoming one with the Trinity. You know, as soon as I seen that, it's just like 333, you're becoming one with the Trinity. And it's just like you're going through that. But then it had to be at that point where you had to be with people that are reciprocating you. You know, not taking you for granted, being able to, you want to modify change. You know, it's like, yeah, you know, we did this last year. You know, let's do something new this year. You know, or we did this last month and I'm tired of doing this. I'm always wanting to upgrade myself. You know, if I feel like I'm getting bored and this seems repetitive, I want to do that, especially with ADD and OCD. I got to be able to change up my stuff like that. You've been on my channel, you know, there's so many different things that I go into. I can't be always going on Heyokas, but there'll be different times I want to switch up and do tarot or something like that. Or, you know, I want to put a cooking video out or stuff like that. And be different changes that are taking place where, you know, it's good to always step into something new. And you know, and that's why I really love to be able to do that. But right now it's at that point where you're facing your dragon. You're going through those things, whether it was something you truly feared. You may have not known what was going on around the corner, or you didn't know what was taking place. But this is at that time to tell you, slay that. This has been a monkey on your back for so long. This is where we want you to be able to have that confidence. The time is now. You know, you're going through these fire rituals where it's showing you what your totem is. You look back, you got an owl, you got a wolf, you got a tiger or a lioness, you know, jaguar, puma, you know, kangaroo, hella, even a koala. You know, there'll be different things that's coming up to where they're showing you, maybe you're seeing different owls and different images, or you may be dreaming of them. They come in and they're just looking at you in the middle of the night. You're like, what the heck is going on? Spinning the head all the way around and just, whoo. You know, be really looking at you and you really trying to understand what is going on. It'll be different things like that. It's just an example, you know, no telling what the vivid dreams we be having, man. But you're just going through different things where it's like, you know, your change is underfoot. You know, there are certain things that's really pushing you to that edge, that cliffhanger, where it's like, we need you to be able to face this and knowing there's something that you're going to know about yourself. There's something that you're learning. And for you to be able to do that, you have to be able to push forward. But whatever it is, you know, they always say whatever you want, whatever you desire, whatever you dream is always on the other side of fear. Because a lot of times fear holds us back. Fear of change, fear of failure, fear of setbacks. You know, when we fail, you know, that gives you that chance to where, you know, who likes to fail? But if it's just like when you look at failure, it's like this gives you the chance to say, maybe I didn't make the right decision, or maybe I jumped in too quick without really, you know, analyzing everything, because things get good. Because there'll be different times where we're really going through some very stressful stuff. And when we see something that feels like this, and we don't even realize this is a test. Maybe something that looks so good and it's a mirage. You know what a mirage this, that mess look good from right here. And then you go jump into, you in the desert, you starving, you hungry, you hot, you stinky, you want a new shower. And next thing you know, you see all this water and a waterfall, and you be really in it, you about to dive into some sand, about to break your daggone neck. You know, it'd be something like that, to where it's just like, and they always say the devil comes dressed in everything that you want. He know exactly what you want. You know, these are the different things that's taking place where you really have to be discerning. You know, and I have to learn that every day. And there will be different times where you do not like to fail, because those fails are opportunity to create ultimate success for you. So there'll be different times we have to really, you know, eat that, you know, really eat that failure at that time, and being able to say there's something I needed to learn so much about myself. You know, because you don't want to jump into something that you may be feeling like you're ultimately ready. You know, if we just get our, you know, there'll be some times where you can jump into blessings, you know, and really don't have to really work hard to be able to get them. But then there'll be different things that you're going to be able to, you know, appreciate it. Do you have what it takes to actually have it at that time? Even though you do, but you probably didn't go through enough experience, life lessons, forgiveness, you know, letting go, you know, changing focus, being prepared, you know, being able to open ourselves up, be transparent, be honest, you know, different stuff like that. And then when it comes to this blessing that you're supposed to get, that's really going to take you somewhere, you in a food on it. You know, really foobarring it and not realizing, dang, I messed up this blessing. It was supposed to last a lifetime. But we jumped into it and not realizing what we were jumping into. So a lot of times we have to go through those failures, setbacks, those changes, those delays, you know, those different things like that are taking place. You know, we'll go through that. And these are the different things that's taking place that will truly, you know, ignite us. It will be just really like you're really putting a definition. And I say that a lot, and you're probably tired of hearing it. I don't care. But it is true. It is true. This is like the things that we face is giving us the ultimate definition of what a true warrior is. You know, when we go through stuff, you ain't gonna go through nothing petty. You gonna go through a lot of hardship to where, you know, you be looking at God like you getting on my goddamn nerves, okay? You and all this mess that I'm going through, the heck with this. Y'all can go ahead and do it. I didn't like, look, you didn't tell me all what I was signing up for, and that's kind of like a breaching contract. I want to tear up that contract right now. You be really ready to do that. Like, if I could go back in time to where right before I'm like, hey, don't touch that. I'm like, look, don't touch that contract. Don't do that. Because you about to have a whole bunch of hell that's about to break loose in your life. You may, it's really going to mess with your mental, your emotional hell, even your sexual. It's going to really get you. You know, it'll be one of those different things. But it's just like what we signed up for. You know, and for us being like that, you really understand what a warrior is, because you have an eyesight that a lot of people can't see your view. And it's not meant to. You know, but for that, you are really facing your dragon and you're slaying it, because that light, you know, it's just like when we allow ourselves, and, you know, it be sometimes when we see where change needs to go, we get places, we get hard-headed, we get stubborn. And I'm not talking about stubborn, but stubborn. You know, we have made up a whole new word, stubborn. And we know, because we don't feel like changing. That change, it can really take place where you gotta be honest. I see where you don't apply your own suffering into it. You see different things, and you corrected your own. You instead of collecting your own red flags, you were probably your own red flag at the time. I'm like, you were collecting red flags. I was my own. You know, it'd be different time. You holding up stage and you end up falling out yourself because you were the problem. You know, like, nah, that wasn't it. Like, nah, that wasn't it. Don't even sound right. But it'll be different things like that where, you know, where you really knowing your worth. And when we do that, a lot of times we got to go through challenges and challenges on top of challenges for us to really understand that you knowing your worth. You go through different things, and you really, really, really doing that. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. I would love to give a post notification shout out to Georgina Aurora and Omega McBride. And if you're watching this, Omega, thank you for that comment. That was so beautiful, and I truly appreciate it. So I hope you are able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. I'll leave all my contact information in the description box below. It's all about spiritual networking, being able to understand our path of purpose. You know, where is it taking us? You know, why do we have to go through certain things and different messages we may have been able to overlook. You know, I love to be able to connect with people like that, because it's like a student-teacher thing. There'll be different things that I may be, you know, still struggling with, or, you know, trying to get clarity from, and you clearly got the answer. You know, or all that stuff lies within, or it's vice versa. You know, you may be struggling with different things, and I clearly got the answer. You know, just being able to help each other do that. or just needing a listening ear, because people don't really understand you. They think you're crazy. They try to pass judgment on you, or they're trying to stick you in a psych ward. And I'll tell people I ain't trying to do none of those things as long as you ain't touching little kids, you harming animals, or pushing old folks down the daggone flight of stairs. We cool. We Gucci. We can go ahead and talk. Whatever we speak on is confidential. And I'll be able to help out the best way I can. And I leave different things on my community section of my channel. Different podcasts that I have is kind of like the podcast form of the different videos I have. It's not the same ones, but it's different contents that I use on there. So I put some up there every once in a while, every few days and stuff like that. I put some, I guess it's like about, I think like last week I put some up, but I put different posts up, different changes we're going through. We just went through a full moon last night, so you're doing a lot of release. You're seeing a lot of different things. You're getting clarity from a lot of things that may have been confusing to you. You're letting go of a lot of situations, people, and parts of yourself. You're going through a lot of changes. So all those different things is taking place. So please be safe and responsible. Everything you do, wishing so much love, prosperity, and abundance towards your way. And what else? I forgot. Oh yeah, even through social distancing, make sure you give out love, light, positivity, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know, those things really take you a long way. Other people a long way, and just because you did it with positive intent can take you even further. So much love to you. Shalom, namaste, God bless, I say, and peace.